Salutations to another chapter of Top of the Dome. I'm your host, C-A-D-L-I-A-C, Sweetsie, Coach Sweetsie. And this is my co-host, none other than Numen Name. In this week's critiques, we have the topic of nonetheless S.O.Sanders, Shilo and Sheduer. Coming up, we'll also touch on the concern of that incoming Texas quarterback. You know who. And on our Top of the Dome, we're going to deal with the notion of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And finally, we're bringing the smoke with a new and partial release theme song, favorite song, season song. Without further ado, we're gonna get this thing started, y'all. But before that, I need you to do one thing for me. In fact, I need you to do two. I need you to like, subscribe, and throw in a comment. You can't do all the talking around here. Top of Dome, coming on. Now we on. Now we on. Now we on. Coming on. Top of Dome, coming on. Now we on. Now we on. Let's open up this week's segment with the positioning of none other than Sheduer. It would seem that Kevin Stefanski has decided, and we know it's yesterday's news, to make Sheduer the third string. Backup. Emergency. Just in case. These projections was based off of none other than the preseason games. Preseason. Of which Sheduer officially, unofficially, only played in
one of those.
One. So already we
last one. Not at all.
No. So let's get to some stats. If we're gonna base this off of the preseason as the determining factor to who's in and who's out, who's on first, who's on second, who's on third. Let's do the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Carolina and Cleveland. 30 to who?
It's 30-10.
That's a 20-point margin.
Of course, you know Sheduer didn't play in the second game versus the Eagles. That was 22-13. And then, of course, the final game, he only played 2 minutes. Against the Rams, 17-19.
That game was 17-19. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make this simple. We're going to do the numbers. Sheduer, during season training camp, springtime, got less reps, facts, with the lesser squad that was due to be released, facts. He never played or practiced with the first string or the second string, facts. Dylan Gabriel was immersed with reps, first string, second string. Flacco, of course, he's a veteran. I ain't mad at him. He's supposed to. That's what they're paying him for. Lead these young bucks into how it is. Set the standard for him. So, the numbers don't lie. Spring season, Sheduer got no reps. Even to the point where it was so bad, he told his pops, don't even come. I don't want you to see like that. So, now he's going into a preseason game, game one, due to default. Okay? They didn't have the proper availability. And in that game, he's going in with a practice squad he hardly practiced with. that happen to also be second and third and fourth stringers. And he wins that game solely in and of his own energy, leadership, and aura of inciting a riot within the Cleveland organization. That would be players on the field. By a margin, we're going to keep it simple, of 20 points. First NFL game. No practice. No practice. No practice with a top squad against a first and second string Carolina defense. First and second. And they done. Not one time did I see a consistency of coaching Sheduer during that game. He manned that game.
Exactly. Honestly, that was when Dylan was out with the hamstring. Honestly, when I watched that game, Stefanski didn't seem interested. He kind of just let Sheduer do his thing during that entire game. And yeah, it was just the team was just vibing in that game. Honestly, going against Panthers, the Panthers don't have the best squad, but this is his first NFL game. Sheduer had no practice. He's practicing with people who aren't in the NFL right now anymore. Third string, fourth string, fifth string, sixth string lineman. And then to come in with the team and start playing with the team that you didn't play with the entire preseason practice, and trying to adjust in that moment, obviously
that's what it is. And so that right there showed two or two things. One, he's a natural leader. Two, he's experienced. The boy got experience. And three, he can lead a team on his own shoulders. So how much more had he had Stefanski coaching? He led them on his own shoulders. That was his inspiration, his aura. He mentioned after the game that the most important thing for him was finding a rhythm amongst the players, because he hadn't played with these boys. And once he found that rhythm, once he got everybody on one accord, then he can begin to work. I like the fact that you pointed out the coach. Did they put out an Amber Alert? Because Stefanski was missing.
Yeah, like I said, he was not interested in that game at all.
Zero
Luckily,
participation.
With people like Sheduer, like you said, his leadership, he was able to kind of get in and start, building the bonds between his teammates, because even coming out of the tunnel, they were hyped. There's a lot of people in this corner, just a lot of people who are at the top of that organization who aren't. And so that's the main thing. Even Flacco, I believe Flacco, going into that game, he had a lot going against him, but obviously he was able to kind of prove a lot of people wrong. But moving forward into the third game, that's when things got really interesting with how they're trying to create this narrative behind why he's not good enough to be there. And obviously he only played 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. 7 sacks. This entire line that was guarding for him got cut. In 24 hours after the game,
There you go. So Dylan's coming out already 24, 25. Okay, with 6 years experience. Now some might say, well, he's technically only 5 because COVID. 6 years. Okay. The difference in Sheduer's performance in head knowledge, know-how, and natural finesse to get in there and just begin to maneuver versus Dylan is night and day. Dylan panics. Dylan makes bad decisions, not even under pressure. Dylan has a bad arm. People don't point out, I'm gonna let you get back to that. They don't point out in game 2, Dylan threw 2 ground balls to a wide open receiver less than 5 yards out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Literally to the feet of the receiver. Literally. And they come back and said Dillon can find the tight pockets and squeeze the ball in there. What we seen Sheduer do in game 1. Sheduer was squeezing through windows that was closed and hitting the target. That's NFL quality. So, pointing that out, I want to go back to something that you said, the pocket. Because Cam brought this up. And generally, I can agree to disagree with some things Cam said. But he brought up something key. And that was, Sheduer is going to have to learn to step up in the pocket. And he based it off of game 3. All right. I don't know about y'all, but I wear pants with pockets. Okay? I just feel it's just a thing to do. Now, in order for pants to have a pocket, that pocket has to be designed, created, and applied.
Exactly.
What pocket can? 4th, 5th string linemen blitzed 5 times. They blitzed more during Sheduer's couple-minute tenure than they did the entire game.
That's facts.
So now we go into collusion. This wasn't just Cleveland.
That's the topic.
Go ahead with it.
The collusion is crazy because obviously it's the same thing with Shilo. You can say Shilo is not good.
Shilo is good.
That's cap. Obviously, we understand Shilo was one of the best cornerbacks while he was in college, when he was in Colorado. They were looking for a reason to cut Shilo, let's be honest. The same reason they were looking for a reason not to draft Sheduer. It's obvious collusion. Like, you have to be completely brainless to think that it wasn't collusion when it comes to him being drafted all the way to 144. 144 pick. Like, come on. There's plenty of quarterbacks in the NFL who don't deserve a job at all. A lot of teams who really desperately need a quarterback. And a lot of quarterbacks who got drafted, who shouldn't have gotten drafted, especially not over who are still at these teams, who are still looking for quarterbacks. And obviously the fact that, you know, it's great that he eventually did get drafted to the Browns.
He did?
Let's be honest. Something going on in the Browns organization, their coaching, you know, the things they're doing that's not allowing quarterbacks or their system to thrive at all. And so, you know, that's something that they're going to have to change. They have to get rid of the coaches.
Okay. Point well taken. I'm glad you beelined into that before we move on to that Texan. Because here's the thing. Cleveland is so bad at dealing with talent. Particularly, they had LeBron James and Kyrie at the same time. So you have a head coach of an NFL franchise already struggling with a quarterback controversy, buying into and trying to set up Arch Manning to become a Cleveland Brown. He even went to the game, said he was going to the game.
Yeah, if I'm Arch Manning, I would be scared. You know, I wouldn't even want to go to it, especially being a quarterback.
You're sitting on the hottest, most current talent coming out of college in the position of quarterback, Sheduer Sanders. And you're going to vet a high school kid for the future positioning of him becoming a Cleveland Brown, and you didn't even sort out your own quarterback controversy on the upper echelon level of the NFL. See, this is how you know not to go to the casino and really expect to win. It's rigged. It's rigged. Stefanski has so much going on with these quarterback situations he has now. Where does he find time to vet a kid right out of high school for the purpose of enjoining him to the Cleveland Browns? Where does he have time to do this? And right before opening season, game 1, where does he find time to do this when he ain't even straightened out his own quarterback situation? Now, I know he thinks he's straightened it out, but the fans are gonna have the last say.
Honestly, if I'm Stefanski right now, I'm not gonna have a job for long. Especially if they have another losing season this year.
Well, color that done. Let's go off the top of the dome right after we get into it about this Texan. And in fact, I think we done already spun the block on this boy.
Yeah, that's pretty much. It's his first game.
But now, here's my thing. I didn't like the way Cameron, and Steven tried to remain politically correct, to not ruffle feathers or offend the fact that Peyton boy nasty. And until he gets better, he is nasty. There ain't no two ways about this. His name got him there. That's what you call. What they saying about Sheduer? Entitlement. Privilege. Okay, off the top of the dome. And then we're going to bring the smoke. Off the top of the dome, Jacksonville Jaguars and how they fumbled the ball during the draft. Jacksonville Jaguars had an opportunity when they colluded and made Shilo as well as Sheduer slide in the draft. Perfect opportunity. They already had second pick. What's the boy's name? Who they pick up?
Travis Hunter.
No doubt. They picked up Hunter. As Sheduer was colluded down the draft with Shilo, Jacksonville had an opportunity to pick up the trifecta for pennies on the dollar and failed due to no business savvy and I would just say really cowardice.
Yeah.
They could have gotten Sheduer and Shilo, as Cleveland did in Tampa, for pennies on the dollar and had the trifecta. Right now, Jacksonville would be the most talked about, most tickets pre-sold, okay, jerseys sold, stars of all caliber preparing to fly in all season to every home game in the league. Jacksonville could have revived themselves for once in the league just by having the business savvy and being non-cowardice by the pressure of the colluders. They could have been sitting on top of the world for pennies on the dollar.
I mean, and they still can pick up Shilo. The sense.
They can pick up who?
It makes no sense right now for them.
They can pick up who?
They're trying to build around the defense right now. Shilo's available. You know, they can't pick up Sheduer because the Browns tried to put him on Thursday. They knew he was valuable, so they didn't want to practice squad him so he get picked up. So they just made him third string. And Sean Watson practice squad, but they can still get Shilo.
Yeah, they're trying to put Sheduer in stalemate.
Yeah.
It's a court term. Keep pushing back the court date. Keep asking for extensions. Keep dragging it out. So the lesser who has, let's do the numbers, less financial backing, can run out of money and come back to court without representation. And we can go in and wipe this thing up. They're trying to push Sheduer out where he doesn't get the opportunity to be viable. But speaking of that, they can still pick up Shilo and wait on Sheduer.
Yeah, honestly, like with the Jaguars, they're not really doing much anyway with Trevor Lawrence. They've given him time
to develop.
I believe that he could be a great backup, or even doing what the Giants are doing with Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston right now. Like they're doing a rotation between them two. They're bonding. They're actually doing really good with those two coming in and out of the game. Mm-hmm. I think Shilo, because both of them are young quarterbacks. I think Sheduer and Trevor Lawrence could have done the same thing. Trevor Lawrence seems like the type of person that would vibe off of other people's energy. I know this is off topic, but since we're going off the dome anyway, with Shilo, this Shilo situation,
let's talk about Shilo.
Let's be honest. You know, they were looking for a reason to get him out.
Wrong. He was wrong.
You know, it's from the beginning they were looking for a reason to get him out. He's just been the more quiet person in terms of the media. But, you know, obviously, with what's his name, Zach Davison or whatever his name was, coming after him during that play. Yeah, Zach Davison coming after him during that play.
Notice how you didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, like hitting on him. Come on, he threw
face
like
mask.
3 or 4 pushes in his face and like punched him, like pushing his head around before he got hit. I wouldn't even call that a punch. It was a slap.
Before Shilo responded.
Yeah.
Because the refs wouldn't respond.
Yeah, and that was literally.
They would not respond until Shilo responded. But okay, so we back to collusion. That was an assignment. How do we know? Because the ref sat there and waited the entire time of him assaulting Shilo for Shilo to respond. Then he pulled the flag and jumped in front of Shilo. That was planned. As far as I'm concerned, with the head of the organization of Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the refs, they were all in on it together. This is how they squoze Shilo out. They couldn't justify cutting him. And for all y'all who are talking about, yeah, but Shilo wasn't that good. No, you don't understand, son. If Shilo wasn't that great, first off, they would have just cut him. They created a whole collusion to justify getting rid of him. That was a setup by both teams. Both teams set Shilo up. See, they obviously didn't feel like they could just cut him because of his performances in them 2 preseason games. Facts. It wasn't justifiable. It's like, man, he's getting back there on the quarterback. No. That's not justifiable. So let's create a situation. Let's slander this. That showed disloyalty, dissatisfaction with his position as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and motive to begin with to get Shilo out of there. But we gotta make it look official.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Right there. Tampa did Shilo wrong. Shilo is qualified to play in the NFL, or he wouldn't have been there. We about to bring the smoke, y'all. In this episode of Bring the Smoke, don't smoke it. We got a season release theme song. Best song. Them Sanders boys. Shilo.
What
Sheduer.
about me would make you think that I care about your opinion of me? God established.
The train must move
Your
on.
opinion of me is not dependent opinion that I have of
But there's
myself.
been a release
You ain't make me, so you can't.
that we got wind to,
What's going on with y'all, man?
that we got partial
First and
authority
foremost, I
to
believe in
introduce.
God.
And it's a theme song.
It is what it is.
So last but not least,
But now,
we're gonna end out this
music,
segment
I'm just saying,
with the theme song for the Sanders boys
it is what it is.
for this first season in the NFL. Somebody bring that music.
I am the greatest. I pay my tithes, a journey to make it. You better move, knee lady. 100 racks in my jeans, I break it off at the mall, money segregated. I am the community, I just moved up like a number communities get it. Back in the number community get it. You better, they feeling like I'm made alive for you. I'm changing lives and the whole time, whole hood ride for me. Pray for deliverance and for inner peace while I arrive for you. I'm arriving, yeah, I'm a sign for you. Yeah, I'm arriving. Coming through straight out the A, I'm feeling historical legacy tagged to my name. I'm walking this life ain't in vain. Walking legend, born a legend is cold. Running real deep in my DNA. Black Messiah, Messiah is perfect gold. I never sold out for the fame. Maybe you tripping, no burn. My vision keep it on the third of my name. So you
delivering
just seeking the
a
glory, no
huge
work. That's
shot.
touching the
It's
game. Too real for the
S.O.Sanders.
beat. Got good at cooking and hate it. I smoke it out right where they lay. Ball overseas and ballin' insane. Shout out to Sheduer, too good for the game. I'm in it, too winning, too raw for the trip in this ground. I carry his pain. Haters gon' never be me. Then I built for the mission this time. It's mine on the stage. I'm betting your life for your mama. I hate it. That's Jordan. Let's go and raise the stakes. 1-on-1, you and me. I won in the billion. Too rare for this world of space. I lean the greatest. I pay my tithes. A journey to make it. You better move, knee lady. 100 racks in my jeans. I break it up at the mall.